Have you ever noticed how easy it is to fall into marketing and sales trap? Oh my god, I have done that for sure a couple of times, but I have built now awareness around it, become more a conscious and today I'll share 10 marketing traps that you shouldn't fall into. It's also about the awareness. The more you know about it and tools and tricks, how you can go against it. I welcome you back here on Ladies Mental. I'm Nina, where minimalism and intentional lifestyle is what I'm seeking. I want to help you build a life that is more present and conscious to you. So the first one is the urgency and the time sales. So let's say there is one item left, only 3 items left. These kind of sales sentences, low stock, one left in order, which are not often the case. It's just used for marketing to have the urgent need of, oh my god, there is just 1 or 2 left, I need to get it, because otherwise what am I gonna do if it's not there anymore? But it would be a drama to wait till it comes again. But that's the urgency they're trying to sell you. There might be a little percentage where this could be a case of, but most likely it's not. It's used to trap you into that urgency. First one. Second one is definitely the price tag. There is psychology used when we're seeing price tags. You have often seen that 99 cents, an example of 9.99 instead of 10. Everything that is under that percentage, or let's say in that case under 10 euros, seem very reasonable price than 10 something or 10 in general. The reason for that is we are just going against that number and use the lower, which is often used in price tag. Every time I see an item that has 9 euros and some cents, or literally just 1 or 5 cents left, I will always round it up, which gives me more awareness of if I truly want to buy it. And another part that I implement is that something that is worth my time? I often reflect it with my hourly wage. Would I be willing to work an hour to get that item today or the next day? Which helps you to identify sometimes yes, sometimes no. But keep that in mind, that price tag is often a psychology way of tricking you in to think it's less worth than it actually is, just by a couple of cents or 1 or 2 euros. Third one is definitely for many a favorite, is free shipping terms or options by a certain amount. Let's say for 100 euros that you have spent or will spend, you get a free shipping. That will have an effect that you put more into your basket so that you have a free shipping. It sometimes does make sense. I do that in a case of if I have my wishing list, I've waited a couple of weeks and months even to get those things and put them all in one, because I like to think also about the environment, and less packages that I need to deliver, the better for me. Often this will lead to more financial purchases which might be not even necessary, or to overconsumption and impulsive buys just to fill that money up for the free shipping. If you're really don't want to pay for your shipping, maybe ask a friend or a family member that might be needing something from that shop too, and you can put it all in one, free shipping for both, which is a win-win situation. Fourth one, secret illusion, which is often also referred to the first one, the urgency. Low in stock, it is just the illusion that that will be only a one-time seasonal approach. It will not be done again. I try not to bother or don't even think about it or want to look if there is anything urgent, and I often do exactly the opposite. The decoy effect in number 5 is the overpriced premium. It could be just from a Starbucks having 4 options from medium, large, small and so on, that where the more options you have, the more likely that you go for the middle range, which sound all of a sudden more approachable, affordable than if you have just 2 options, let's say a standard and a premium. But if you have 3 or 4, you're more likely to go to the middle as compared to the premium. It doesn't look as expensive or affordable. This is exactly done with intention. Any kind of membership that have maybe 1 or 4 options, which often leads the customer to a middle range to get kind of both sides, not too less and not too much. Now, in the case of you have those options and go for the middle and not premium, I write down, okay, these are the benefits for that price tag, these are the benefits for that membership, so I'll definitely go by that. This will help me to understand what do I really need, or sometimes it could be that I say, okay, it could be that the middle or the small one might be not what I truly need, but let's start with that one. If you have the option of canceling it after a while, or they will definitely have an option for you where you can put your membership up to get more benefits, or I even avoid them at all cost and go for an option that I can pay one time. Number 6 is subscription traps. You're buying for things that you truly don't really own. That subscription tag of having a monthly payment for Netflix, Sky, Canvas or anything like that, I try to stay away. I use Spotify, for example, that's also a monthly subscription, but I really do narrow it down and have maybe 1 or 2. This will only lead you to pay money for something that you don't own. What you can do instead is maybe put yourself together with someone and pay that subscription together and use the same account. Social proof. Trendy items, or just in general websites that show you this is trendy at the moment, people are buying this. It is an indication that you can find or browse through more options if it's the first time you're stumbling upon, but I usually try to stay away from that and specifically avoid them and go to the categories that I usually prefer. Often these trendy or things, or as I said, when they're favorites on the shop, are more likely not always. There are definitely conscious consumers and shops that truly care about your well-being and only want the best and have the intention to only sell you good quality. Even then, it is a way of making you attractive and see more visual things that you can combine, or it could be users buy this and that. Just be aware of that this is part of the social proof and make you think if you buy this, you maybe be more valuable to a certain group, or you can identify too. Point number 8 is packaging psychology. I am, to be honest, exactly the opposite. The bigger the package that you think you're getting, or the package they give you, the more value is your item, and it gives you kind of a social status. Wow, look at that. I have such a big package. And for me, it's exactly the opposite. I don't like it at all, especially if you're ordering something and it's just like a little piece of thing and there is so much volume empty in that box just for the sake of the box. It might be there is no other option for the shipment or the job, that they have just a standard box and that will fit more larger shipments and deliveries, and the smaller ones are just used in the same box. But it just definitely takes up space, and it also will be more waste to dispose. In shops where they give you a bag, a branding bag, and it's often a huge bag, and maybe there's 1 or 2 items, but it just feels nice to have like a big bag, and it could be also a social proof and validation. The only time I would see benefits in that is you have more shopping in mind, such as groceries, and these bags can be used again, which is probably not that likely when you're having packages awaiting. Our second last point, number 9, is anchoring prices. Approaching Black Friday or any kind of huge sales, there is a hidden thing behind it. So let me tell you what it exactly is. So if you see designer items, in general items that might be a bit more pricier or not in your usual price range, you're often waiting for sales. So let's say that price tag was 200 and they're reducing it to 130, which sound probably very interesting to you. It's like, wow, nice, I can finally get it. But keep in mind that sometimes they put the things on a higher price tag, so that they know by the time the sales come around, they still have profit with the money that they're making with the discounts. So they're charging you higher, the 150 instead of the 130, but it looks nicer to you and you're more able to think you're purchasing it because it's on discount, which is not entirely true. And I've also figured out that sometimes on Black Fridays, there are price tags that are changed than they are for during the year, which means exactly what I've just told you. The price tag are put up on the regular price, and then on Black Friday they're reduced to half, but that half price wasn't really half price during the year or certain months, so I would be definitely aware of it. And the way I think about is, and I still struggle sometimes here, I have to admit, it's definitely not always easy about sales. Everyone loves sales, but think about that in a way of, no matter what that price tag was originally, think about the price that you're paying. Are you willing to pay that price? And in the other one I've mentioned before is, am I willing to work that many hours it takes me to build up that money? Remove yourself from that object a little bit and see if you truly want it or if it's even in your budget. And our last and final one is dopamine bottoms. So on websites you have visual effects, bright bottoms, anything that looks attractive to you. It could be all of a sudden windows that plop up on your page. It could be a discount wheel or raffle that you can do. Anything like that that is a visual way of keeping us addicted or just hooked up in general for any kind of sales is one of the major things and things that are used in marketing, which makes so much sense. The more attention we have, the longer the sales span is, and more likely that people buy something. This is one of the hardest things for anyone, including me, if I have to be honest. The reason for that is hard to even distract or eject yourself from any kind of things like that if you're exposed. But the way I can control it for me is having less screen time, doing purchases only on a laptop, so the bigger the screen, the less I'm really focused on a narrow screen, such as a phone. That will definitely help me. Or having, as I said, wish lists, waiting period of times, so I'm not even getting tempted to that. And if a sale comes up, I still look if there are any other discounts at the moment or times where it is best to buy them. With all these 10 psychology and marketing traps, I hope that you might have heard of them. If they're new to you, that my insights and the way I'm dealing with them truly help you and can build a bit of more of a resistance and awareness in general. If you're curious about how to implement a minimalistic and simple and mindful lifestyle, feel free to follow along on Ladies Mental. It truly means a lot to me to have you around and building a community that cares for themselves and take ownership of what they're doing and the way that they consume. Consume is a very difficult thing. We're surrounded with so many things, but it shouldn't stop us from truly going after what you love, express our creativity as such, or any other way that you want to do. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Have a good day. Bye.